Alright, so super quick. I went through and I did the other one of getting started and all this sort of stuff, and then told you we'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and swap over and move on to the 12 Dark Secrets, and we'll start on there. Now, I'm going to take it a couple of minutes right now to make absolutely certain that you keep seeing me glance down every 2 seconds, to make certain that the microphone is not muted. Because last time I went through and I managed to get through 9 out of the 12 secrets, and I was just busting through them, doing them as quick as I could, before I realized that I actually had not unmuted my mic because one of the kids had gone through and woken up, and well, yeah. So, because of that, I'm now going through and reshooting a bunch of them, and this is a completely new character. Went through, made him just now, so I'm going to go through, take a few minutes, and just run through a couple of other getting started ideas, tips, tricks, that sort of stuff that we are used to doing, those of us who've been around for a while. And I'm going to get him back to the point of the other character, and then actually start the 12 Dark as originally intended. This time, instead of heading off the docks, we're going to go through and head to the South Fields, and I'll pull up the map so that you could go through and see exactly what it is, exactly where it is that I'm going. Another thing is that I went through and tried to redo a couple of different quests, and by deleting certain items, getting rid of them, using magic eater and whatnot on them, and realized just a wee bit too late that it just simply wasn't going to work. I spent quite a bit of time trying to go through and edit in what I needed to edit in, play with the voice and whatnot, and for some reason it didn't matter what I did, it didn't matter how much waveform shaping I did in Audacity, it just, none of it would work. It just, that's how it happens. The beauties of going through and trying to record things and then get them up. The other issues that I found, and the reason that I'm just starting over and just going for it, is that I spent far too much time attempting to go through and do the what do you bloody call it? Trying to go through and do a lot of editing. Because I found some other ways that were going to probably maybe work, but because we have perfectionism, I could not get them to line up well enough that I would just publish them. So I decided this time, instead of going through and doing all that, I'm going to go through, do it in one run, record everything, have the music playing, that sort of stuff, treat it kind of like a stream, and then move on with my life. I'm very, very quick. I can talk to you before they pop in and ruin us talking. Oh, look at that. I have some friends. You should take care of them. They'll be your new best friend there, Eric. Alright, so the other thing is that instead of going through and just deciding to just get this character exactly to the same point as the other character, is instead of doing that, I'm going through and I'm doing the whole bit over again, doing the getting started, all that sort of stuff. Because to me personally, one of my huge pet peeves is when you go through and you have another person, they give you this really great tutorial, and they say something along the lines, alright, so next we're going to go through, we're going to do this thing, I'm going to go and speed that up, and then, or, you know, we're going to cut to this point, and they cut, and you're just like, whoa, hold on. Where you were a second ago and where you are now are very much not the same thing, and I'd love to know how it is that you went from point A to point B, which is the entire reason that I'm going through and watching this tutorial. Obviously you're not reading it, because if you're reading it, it wouldn't do you very much good. But because of that, I go through and decided, or I went through and decided that it'd probably be easier to do it this way, and so that I wouldn't go through and watch him just sit there and cringe like, oh, but why for the love of all things holy did I not go through and just start completely over and just film that little bit? And at the same time, there are going to be things inevitably that I'll go through and in the process of doing, like, oh, you know what, I totally should have shown that. No reason I shouldn't have. So to start off, other than going to the docks, the other area that I highly recommend is that you come down here to the South Fields. Now, the fun part can be that if you get all of the dogs at the same time, which I believe is just about the only way to do it. Oh, come on. Don't I get a crossbow? Oh, not anymore. Alright. It used to be that as a monk you'd start with a crossbow and a pack of bolts. There we go. I just want one of you. I did get that? Yes, I did. Good, good. Oh, come on. Yeah, that. Oh, come on, just finish me off. Come on, finish me off. Get me all the way down to 10 there, doggo. If you're gonna do the job all the way. Finally. It says I don't have any gold to speak of, and I don't have any XP. It doesn't really matter. So very quickly, this is one of those high risk, high reward type scenarios. So if you remember from the other video, we went through and we did the fish. You get the 4 bundles, and they're worth about 60 apiece. We sell them to Sling, and net you 64, 240 gold, right? Which is not a bad bit. It's certainly a decent amount, and it's, as I showed, it's more than enough to get you started. You can get the 2,000, but really you want to save the 2,000 for the portal. You can go through and get a token from Skippy, and it is not a bad token, and it does get you what you need. However, you do run into this nice little issue of right. I can run past you. Come on, come on. Don't let your nerves fail you now. You can go through, and right here, you just run right past them. And if you're monk, you tumble. And if you're very, very lucky, you can get over here and grab the garbage. You don't care if you die, because you just want to grab it. You have your mouse ready, grab it, grab it. Yep, cool, that's fine. And it's better if they're all here, because they kill you, and you're fine. Kill you. Oh, come on, come on, don't complain, just die. Just die already. Reminds me a little bit of Monty Python. No, 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 there's no one who's gonna... Alright, thank you. Anyway, there is a token that you can get from Skippy, and you can use that to respawn instead of going through and having to pay here, which in this instance may have to be what I do. I can never remember right in the very beginning whether it is better to go through and to have to use the +1 dagger or to just use your fist, and I always forget that you have the additional bludgeoning damage. Yeah, like that. AB's tree and like that. Still tree, yeah. I always forget how nice the monk gloves are, because at every level they just do a decent amount. And it's never amazing, but it's always on par. If you're going through and you're leveling up your first character, it's always at least on par with something else for that level. And the trick is that most people don't go through and actually have things on that level. Do I still have the knife out? Oh, put the bloody dagger away and smack it proper. There we go. Alright, and if you remember, we're going to go through, we're going to take out the leopard, we're going to grab the other bits here, and then we'll sell, we're actually going to go through and sell one of them. Right, the leopard belt. Just got that. Ignore him, he's fine, he's not going to do anything to you. that. Sell it, and nope, nada. Okay. No, just leave me alone, you two little buggers. I will make the NCP kill you because you know what? It's a whole lot faster than dealing with you myself. Here, come fight that guy. I don't have time for the likes of you. Oh, they're gonna follow me out, aren't they? Oh well. Yeah, see, he'll take care of one of you. And the other one. Perfect. So I'm just trying to go quickly here. Yep, yep. Thank you for the ring. So long, and thanks for all the fish. And for right now, because I just realized we don't have it. Alright. And you, again, down here you can go fast, you can go slow, but honestly, 9 times out of 10, you're going to wind up going fast, because you just don't get another choice. It's designed so that they all come at you quickly, so you can hopefully get a decent bit of XP. Oof. Come on, smack him. Good. One more? I know you can do it, monkey. Yeah, I decided because, you know, at this point, why not? It's a test monkey. Alright, and get a wee bit more speed. I'm just gonna ignore that bit for now. Because you're... oh, what do you call that? Love it when my brain goes through and just completely dies on you. Because Tumble goes through, and Tumble's bonus is only applicable every 2 levels. So, no reason to go through and worry about it right now. Alright, we got that. Perfect. Let's pick a fight, see if we can get some extra XP quickly. Perfect, crit. That couldn't have, literally could not have gone better. Okay, but we're here to just go through, do things quickly, efficiently, and just move on with our lives. Goodbye. We're not here to level up. Leveling up is for people who want to grind, and we're here to do things quickly. And if that means dying, oh, well, okay, come on. Oh, wait, no, that's right. I have to go through and turn in the clothes. Nice little bit of server lag right there, and that's just fine. At one point in time, the sharks and stuff were able to follow you up, and that was that was amusing. Alright. So we got some extra XP, we got all this sort of stuff, and we're decently on our way towards a level 3. Now, from this point on, for the next little bit, we're not really going to be concerned with getting love it when your mind goes blank. With getting our gloves and getting gear and grinding XP, none of that really matters. Because for the next little bit, all we're going to do is just grind quests. We're just going to grind 12 Dark Secrets, and that's it. Now, I highly recommend, I believe I said this before, and if I didn't, I should have, always make sure you throw this on the very last page. That way you never accidentally sell it. It's been really fun. There have been a few times where I've been level 40, just gone, oh, there's a piece of paper, whatever, and then gotten rid of it and sat there go, why am I paying to go through the portal? You feel very dumb very quick. And if I haven't mentioned it yet, in my mind I have, but I don't believe I actually have. So, along with the whole fact that I'm not going through and just, you know, remaking the character and, you know, quickly boosting it to the point of the other one in the previous video, I've also decided that I'm not going to go through and just take anything out of the chest, out of the community chest, or out of remains that have been left specifically in Portal Plane or in Haven, once we get to the point that we can get there. If you're just starting, there's certainly no reason that you should not. But the reason that I decided not to is because I realized that for you lads, and classes, you're not necessarily going to have that advantage. So I want to make sure that it is as close and parallel to what experience you're going to have. So yeah. So again, these, if you look over here on this side, they'll sell for 60 here, and this is the reason that I went down to and ran past the dogs, and this is why it's worth it. The dagger sells for nearly 1k, which isn't a huge amount, but when you're just starting and you want a couple of, say, extra potions of invis, like maybe 9 of them, that could get you ostensibly 9 of your secrets, it's worthwhile. So yeah, and then we'll go through and just sell that off for a little bit extra, and perfect. Alright, so again, that's Sling, and he's just right here. Oh, the other thing, this is one of the other things that I wanted to point out. So if you go through and you talk with Sling, he's going to present you with the options. You tell him to show you what he has, and then he'll go through and he'll give you 2 options. Now, if your alignment is good, he will only give you the regular rares. Or he'll just go through and, I can't remember exactly what it is. In the other video you can see it. In this one I went through and made sure that I specifically gave this character an evil alignment. That way I could get this prompt. If you go through and you just hit this, you will get absolutely bugger prices. It's not worth it. And if you go through and you do it, you'll do it exactly 1 time, lose out on a ton of money and go, oh, never again. So I wanted to make sure I pointed that out, just on the off chance that I can save a couple of you from making the same mistake that I've made, because going through and running this stuff a second, third time is not as much fun. So at this point, we're going to go through, we're going to go back, we're going to get the potions of invis, which I believe I did in the other one, in the other video, but I'm going to do it here as well, just again, so that everything's above board and so you can see exactly how it is that I'm doing it. Feel free to go through and speed it up, jump it around. Last time I tried to go through and put in some timestamps. I'm going to try to do it again. We'll see whether or not YouTube allows me to. If it doesn't, oh well, it's just kind of how it is. But if it does, fantastic, and it should help. But always feel free to jump around. I'm not that I could stop you if you want, not like there's any way that I could stop you, but sometimes when you go through and you're just passively watching things, you kind of forget about it. At least I do, so you know, maybe you're better than me, but you know, and on the off chance that you know you're as bad as I am, well, there you go. Also, I tend to watch everything on double speed when I'm in YouTube, so hopefully none of this goes too bad for you. Alright, here we go. And what we're looking for are these potions of invis. You can go through and you can get, I believe it's page 3, it is. You can get improved invis, you can get some of those other ones, but there's not really a reason for it. Now, one thing that I hate is that with the enhanced edition, they didn't go through and update any of the interface, because going through and doing this 1,000 times is it sucks, shall we say? Alright, and I believe this will be the last one. Yay, finally, okay. And we're going to go through and quick slot these down there, and that will be that. So at this point, you go through and you've got an access, you've got a nice pair of gloves, and at least your first level, if not your second level. You've gotten your contract to be able to go through, or your donation receipt to be able to go in and out of the portals. And from this point on, every time I go through and I start the next video, it's going to be starting from portal plane. So at this point, you know, you've got an easy 12 potions of invis. I'm going to go ahead and warn you, you will not be able to go through and use all 12 potions of invis, or be able to use them on all 12 secrets. It's just not going to happen. However, in contrast to what I did last time, I'm actually going to go through and spend a little bit more time showing you a couple other places that you can get some different items for basically free. Now, the first one, my favorite, is actually here in Gathol. So last time I went through and I showed you that if you go here and down, so shown over here on the map on the left hand side, you can go straight down and catch the chest. Now that chest has already been emptied on this server reset, and it is minute 570, and so I could go through and just wait until after server reset and grab it, which I will, but at the same time there's another chest here that also happens once per reset, here in Gathol. I'm going to go through and, because I know where these buggers are, drink me a potion of invis. I will almost certainly die, but you can go all the way out around and come up. Basically just head straight to the north, There's this guy to watch out for. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep my screen pointed to the north, just so it's a little bit easier. And for anyone who... Did I do it? Oh, I did it right. Right here, yep, right next to me, is where the compass is, in case anyone's going, which way is north, that sort of stuff, because you can spin your screen. Well, there you go. That's the easy way to tell. Alright. All the way over here. Go away. Not you. Right, so all the way over here, this nice little, just the second you open it, these guys are going to start attacking, so you got to be quick on it. Now, the way that I prefer to do it is start over here, click on it, and while the character moves, you can get your mouse up and ready to grab. Grab, and ooh, we got lucky. So I believe that one is still once per server reset. It may not be, on the off chance that it isn't. On the off chance that it is, there you go. Now, the reason that this is nice is this chromatic breastplate plus 3 will actually sell for 12k to sling. Very nice. Now over here is the one that you're probably going to want as a monk. This is got all woods. Most people call it apes or monkeys. And my character should go through and really feel at home here, but they're white and he's not, and you know they're all, you know, poofy and cuddly and that sort of stuff, and I'm not. So there's that. But you come over to this abandoned wagon, and you can get this nice little bit of armor, nice little blade. Right, and there you go. Alright, so there's that. Do be careful, because over here there are a couple of let's see if you can get close on it, you can see them. There are a couple of these guys, Woods Guardians. I couldn't remember the name of them. They will go through and they do have true seeing and they will kill you. And oftentimes people will go through and they'll grab an item that will allow you to take virtually no damage from these guys. We're actually going to go through and see if we can't grab it as well. It's called the Etin Bone Necklace. It's a good little necklace and it's definitely worthwhile. However, you will find that when you're using it with the apes will do no damage to you. However, it does make you much more susceptible to the Woods Guardians, and they can pretty much one-shot you if you're not careful. Right, over here is the Jaguar's Dinner. So we just went north out of the previous area, and right here, Jaguar's Dinner. Go through, grab it. A couple of stuff in here as well. Lots and lots of nice little neat things. Again, because the beginning of the game, your economy is one of the most important factors. Not because, you know, you're going to go through and automatically be able to run through these areas a couple dozen times and hey, you have the cash that you need in order to get an end-game weapon. It's not going to happen like that. And you really wouldn't want it that way because it would ruin the fun. But at the same time, it will go through and it will allow you to just speed past some of the more repetitive tasks. Now over here is this nice little cabin. It is in, this is South Path, mouse over here so you can see. This cabin you do want to come to. The reason why is over here in this crate you will see these nice little gems. These are what you will use later to do one of your quests. You're going to want to grab them because in this quest, you'll go through and you'll kill these golems. The golems will go through and they will drop a piece of these. And there are 9 golems, so you get 3 of each type of stone for the golems. The golems spawn around a pillar, and I'll explain this later when we get to that actual quest. But you basically have 2 options. You can sit there and kill them, and then wait for them to respawn, and then kill them a total of 3 times, and then go through and use the stones to blow up the pillars. Again, when I go through and do the quest, it'll make sense. However, if you go through and you just spend time to go hit that crate 2 times, you can just kill everything 1 time. You're gonna have to kill it so that you can go through and blow up the pillars. You can go through an invis and go past it, which someone might do. But hypothetically, if that were a thing, he would at least show you how it is that he can do that without having to kill anything, because you know that would be fair. Alright, so you go through that, do that nice little loop, and we come all the way back here to Sling. There are a lot of little areas like that, and as we go through and do some of the quests, I'll show you those nice little loot spots. But if you go through and you hit all that sort of stuff, you can get a very nice bit of cash. So right now we still have 11 invis potions. We're going back to Sling, and we'll have plenty of money not only to go through and identify everything, but to go through and fund any further things that we need later. So like I said, right here, this is nearly 13,000. I remember that it was at least 12,000, but there you go, 13,000. Sell the blade because you're a monk, you don't need it. Crossbow, who cares about crossbows? Fire Opal, you don't need it now. Now, this, on the other hand, this you do want to keep a hold of for just a moment. That's right, because it's a light armor. For anyone who's not choosing to go full monk, you will go through and you see that this is a nice little bit. It's free. I mean, like you saw, you just go through, invest, pick it up, no big deal. Boom, instantly 5 AC and regen. Regen is so nice. We can't use it because we're monk, or I can't use it because I'm monk, and there you go. Now you do have some salve, heals, that sort of thing, and yeah, but but just like that, you go through and no big deal at all. The other thing that I will show you is we're gonna go again. We're just taking the loop all the way around. You are going to want to go through and hit. Keep going north until you get to. Shoot, I can't remember the name of it. It's the road that Janston patrols. I believe is Forest Road. There are 2 forest roads. One of them is unpatrolled because it isn't, and the other one is patrolled by Janston. He stays on this main little road, so that you can see up here on the map Forest Road. That's right. Okay, so you go through, come here, and just stick to the road. Now there is a guy up here in the northwest corner of the map, the upper left hand, who sells some really cool stuff. His name is the Bee Man because he keeps bees, and all of the bees have magic. All of the bees' honey has different types of magical properties, i.e. really cheap way to get some stuff. So when you come to the spot right here and you see this nice little garden path, just run straight up the garden path, and up the ramp. Now for the record, there is a what do you call that, another ramp, and it's off here, but if you go there are some nice little bandits that will kill you and take your money. So yeah, don't feed the bandits. Please don't feed the bandits. Go here, tell them you want to buy some, tell them okay, and what you're looking for is Beesman batch number 2. See if he has any left. 7, 1, 3, 6. You do need 6 later on for a different quest. So if you see some, grab it. Since I'm planning on running down here at that point, I'm going to leave it in case someone else needs it. Oh, batch 2, that is the one that we need. And you can double check if you're worried about which number it is. If you go through and look, the one that you want is, oh, that was 5, this one's 2, is Find Traps. You want to find the one that has Find Traps because you're going to want it later on so that you can get a portal room. For anyone who's familiar with the base game, that'd be the same as the Stone of Recall. The difference being Stone of Recall has infinite uses per day. Portal Rune only has 5, but 5 is really plenty, and if you're needing to go through and use more than that, you know what, you're probably level 40 and you could just go through and pick up another one. But for now, that's what it's, we're going to leave it like that. And for now, I am not going to go through and get the Portal Rune, because I do not have the necessary skill or picks. So one of the things that's really nice is in that chest that goes through, and like you saw in the last videos, it has the Thieves Tool plus 10. And that Thieves Tool plus 10 actually is quite helpful because it goes through and allows you to open up the Portal Rune chest. Actually, you know what, on second thought, we probably have enough money to go through and buy one. So we'll go through and run that way. And as you can see, I'm making just really one giant loop all the way through. This has 2 purposes. 1, so that I can show you all those different loot spots. And 2, so that I can also go through and show you that the entire server is interconnected. It's not separated by the portals in the sense of, okay, the only way to get from point A to point B is via portal. You can actually go through and run through all of this and find everything. Now, I am going to show you the way with the portal plane because it is incredibly useful and it will save you tons and tons of time. Since we've gotten past the point where I'm going through and trying to show you, okay, here's the easiest, quickest way to get this money and get set up. We got to that point. As soon as we went through and we got our potions of Memphis, we were at that point. We could go through and start cranking on the quest. But I wanted to go through and show you some of the other spots that I didn't show you in the previous video because, I mean, if you're near them and you could get free money, why not, right? And this is one of those spots. If you if you ever come by and have the time, please come here and pick up the ale. This guy goes through and he will constantly drop about 1,000 of these things. I mean, as you can see, there's so many of them. I'm really lazy, and so I'm not going to, but please pick them up, grab them, sell them. You'll be doing the server some good. I've talked to Eric, and hopefully he's passed it on to Nina, but that needs to no longer be a thing because that actually does take up space on the server. By the end of a server reset, he will have dropped something in the neighborhood of like 400 pints of ale. So if you see them, please go grab them. But yeah, so there's that. One other thing that you can do is these guys. Actually, what? If I was smart, I might have gone through and done it. You can actually get a special ring that gives you damage soak resistance. Now it's not a ton, but for early game, it is actually incredibly useful. You go through and you find Fido, and you can animal empty him if you are a druid or a ranger. If you're either one of those two, you can go through and use that and get him or get Fido to follow you. You do have to go through and kill all the other dogs. Fido's not especially strong. He's strong enough, but not that strong. But you go through, do that, and you can get him to shoot, I hate it when I can't remember things. You can go through, get him to follow you, then you go or talk to the old lady who's wandering around on the path, and then you'll be good. One of the other things that I wanted to show you is, or here you can go through and you'll hear people talk about the naturalist blade or the scimitar. There is a free scimitar that you can get, and it is upgradable every level, just like the gloves. Now the difference is, and the reason that I always go with monk gloves, and I always suggest using the monk class and getting the monk gloves for people who are new to the server, and look at me, I've sillily walked past it. But the reason that I always go through and suggest it is, instead of this scimitar, is because the scimitar costs money to upgrade, and at first it starts out very reasonably. However, it is in the neighborhood of 40 mil to get a fully upgraded one, and until you hit level 21, it's marginally useful, not super useful. So this is Ambrose. You can go through and get a quest line from him, but what you're looking for is this amazing tree way back here in the corner. And again, for reference, here's the map. So you go through, talk to the tree, and it asks you, do you want to harvest it? You say yes, and another one grows. Now, for the record, you can get 2 of these. However, and this first one again is not amazing. It's very much on par with the level 1. But the trick is that once you go through and you get one that is fully upgraded, you can go through and get a second one. And just in case anyone is looking at that price of going 40 mil and going, why? The last 12.7 mil of the 40 is for a is to turn it from what it is into a mithril weapon. Mithril weapons are very popular on the server for a very good reason. So there's that. Alright, we're going to go through and hopefully avoid those goblins shooting at us for just another moment. Again, going through and getting the last of the items that I can think of that you would want to go through and have access to early on. And I'm trying to go through and make sure that I put them all into one video so that it's just simpler for you lot. Alright, for this one again, you're going to want another potion of invis. Go ahead and drink it up. And since we have started with 12 of them, we still have 11 left. It's really no big deal at all. So yeah. And again, I've gone through and said it before in the other video, but I'm going to say it again. There's a very specific order that I go through and I prefer to do my quest in. The biggest reason is because the first quest that I start with is one that gives you boots that have haste on them. Now, I personally don't feel like it's the worst thing to do it in another way. Oh, okay. Well, right here in this box is where the Etin Bone necklace will spawn. I'll go through and pull it up and drop it onto this character for another video just so that you can see, but it is fairly decent, and it does go through and show you, give you a lot of, it is 100% immunity to bludgeoning. So anything that's going to hit you with their fist or hit you with a club, which I don't know why these guys all look like they have spears, they actually have clubs. Oh, nope, there it is. Right here you can see they have clubs in their hands there. The clubs are what they actually hit you with, and so for all of these lads, they're not going to do any damage to you, which is very nice because at level 3 that means you can walk through this area with absolute impunity and worry about absolutely nothing. As long as you don't go through the gate on the other end, you'll be fine. And if you have any question what that is, when you come to the gate across the bridge, you'll understand exactly what it is. I'm not going to bother to show you right now because, well, I'm lazy and because that's beyond the scope of this video. Alright, so I am going to go through and point out one last thing. This one is a little bit more dicey depending on where it shows up, but this area cleaner. Now, a lot of times people will go through and there's a quest that starts over here. And people will go through and they will... Actually, hold on. We're going to go hit one more item up here. People will go through, they will clear out this area very quickly with a higher level character. This is a level 1 to 2 area. And they'll come over here, clear out this orc camp for a quest, and then move on to their lives. But in the process of doing that, they'll go through and they'll leave quite a bit of stuff piled up in that area cleaner. Now right here, push them antidote, push them moderate wounds for free, campfire, no big deal. One of those things that you're likely to see and you're likely to discover for yourself, but just in case if you're to point it out, since I've gone through the trouble of showing all the other different things. Let's see. Yeah, we're up to like half an hour, but this is literally everything I can think of that's simple and easy and not really a big deal to do. Right. And as always, if you're worried about stuff, that's fine. Come on. That's fine. I really want to go through and show you because there's a lot of times there's stuff that will get stuck there, and every now and then people like me will go through and will drop items in that area for the area cleaner to pick up, specifically so that other players who are new to the server can get some nice little goodies. There's stuff that isn't really too far ahead of your level, but can make some nice changes. One of the primary things being that there are almost guaranteed lesser rings of regen. It's only one regen per round, but it's one regen per round, so why not? Yeah. Alright, fire beetles, hello, goodbye. And again, because I am just going through and I don't really care, I told these lads to follow me up. I'm gonna let the monks up here take care of them. I go grab a nice little set of gloves. Dang it. That is the reason that you always run straight in and try and talk with him. Right, now that we've got the nice new gloves, let's go through and try and kill the area cleaner. The area cleaners are not hard to kill. Basically, only at level 1 will they not be one shot, or one round, however you want to call that. But the lads around them can present a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to go through and just run away from him because I honestly don't care. And because right now I'm just at that point, it's after midnight and I'm just quite a bit tired. Alright, lads, go kick their butt. Alright. Get the extra round in. Alright. Now the only reason that you kill area cleaners is really for the loot. And there it is. So here you go, ton of crap. So there you go. Alright, I'm gonna go in this one right here, and I'll make sure to go through and get the other ones up in hopefully a decent amount of time. I'm gonna go through and move right on to the next video, and starting with getting your Windwalker boots, because I hate being slow. Until then, I'll see you next time, and hopefully this one will be up rather quickly.